and welcome back. It's been some time now, almost a year. We have been really busy with construction, gardening, renovation. I did a lot of recording and will show you in the coming weeks what we have done. So also shout out to Rahul, he's a YouTube subscriber and he now finally motivated me to do a video again. He wrote a really nice message saying that he's missing our videos. So now a little update to our current situation. As you can see, water. We have massive water shortage. Our overhead tank, which is behind the cottage on a metal stand, roughly 3 meters high, is normally supplying our whole cottage, bathroom, kitchen, our osmosis filter for drinking water. And the tank is now empty since more than 10 days. The water shortage was known to us already last year. We had during summer often only water in the night. Some nights, days we had no water at all. But we managed. And this year there was much more rain in spring and in winter. So we thought we will manage this year as well and care for this situation or the water shortage situation only end of this year, beginning of next year. Because it's known that there is water shortage, we have made a whole plan already with rainwater harvesting, filtration of the rainwater, tanks, big tanks to store the water. We need then to put up pumps to get in our overhead tank. We have a whole concept of ponds which are all over the property placed, connected with swales, so the water spreads nicely over the land, doesn't run off to the sides, and we keep it inside and can slowly let it seep into the ground. So it's all self-maintaining and the plants need much less watering. Like this we hope also to recharge a spring which is on the bottom of the land and almost giving no water. With the ponds in the right place and gravity line, we are quite confident that we can recharge this spring and get our drinking water also from our own land without an osmosis filter, which would be perfect. Till then, till we have put up this whole system and till we are independent of water, we get it from outside. Our whole village is supplied from a spring up in the mountains. It's roughly 3 kilometers walking distance. And the water comes out of the rock, goes into a tank where it gets collected, and then it flows from this tank into a tank closer to the village, just 200 meters above the village. And from this close by tank, the whole village gets supplied. Now we are here last in line. This means everyone else gets water before us, and because water is right now so rare, everyone has the levers open on the tank, so they get water whenever there is some water coming. And this means we have almost no water here because the pressure is so low that it doesn't manage to get up these 3 meters. But we have one tap at the front of the property where there's water coming out, little. Like a bucket like this takes roughly half an hour to fill. So what I do right now is put a bucket under the tap and carry then the bucket to a tank we have standing here on the ground. An old tank which we had lying around here on the property, which was unused. It's a bit broken on the top, but works fine in these kind of situations. So I pour then the water into this tank, and here on this tank we can do all our little cleaning, washing and whatever is needed. Carrying these buckets is quite exhausting and takes also a lot of time, so we have to be really careful with water and really mindful how we use it. So we put up all these little small systems how we use water in a minimal way, reuse it in different forms, because we also now have to prioritize. I'm growing a lot of plants for the future food forest which will come up. I have all these plants already crafted, sown, seed sown. They all need a lot of water and we need to clean ourselves. It's really hot in the last days, 35-40 degrees. When you do then physical work, somehow you need to get the sweat off. Clothes are getting dirty, you need drinking water. Now last night was rain predicted and rain came, as you can see. What we did is, because here there is no rain gutter yet on the roof, So I put all these containers, or everything I could find, collected as much water as possible, which we then can use in the coming days, hopefully weeks, to water. And now I will show you around to all the other little systems we have in place to save water in the best way. So here is one of the first things how to save water. I mulch everything. Like I use grass cuttings and leaves and whatever I can find, and mulch here the sages. They're doing quite well. Haven't watered them now in the whole time when it was so dry. With just this layer of mulch, and it decomposes, gives also nutrition to the soil. Yeah, the water goes slowly through even in hard rains. Not just compresses the soil, it's all nice and soft soil underneath. Here are now all our plants and trees and bushes, whatever prepared for planting out before monsoon. And here another way to save water is using plastic pots. Terracotta looks nicer, but all the plants which are not permanently in a pot, I put into these reusable plastic pots, and there the water it just contains the water much better than terracotta. Terracotta, the water evaporates through because it's like a porous material. It's natural and nicer than plastic, but yeah, this helps to save a lot of water. And then, as you can see here, I'm also mulching all the pots, which saves also a lot of water. And here's a pomegranate, some mint, these papayas, wisteria, some hibiscus, all crafted and prepared for the monsoon. Here then more plants, some bulbs, different bulbs, and here trees, different trees, some bushes and hibiscus in between, peepal tree, bamboo. Here are fruit trees, lemons, pomelos, avocados, guava, passion fruit, yeah, bananas, all different plants which I prepare for the monsoon. And like you see, most of them, like here, one is still in a terracotta pot. And it's a big difference. This one I have to water much more, like this I have to repot. And again, everything mulched. This here is the 1,000-liter tank, the old one which was lying here on the property unused, which I was talking about. It's broken at the top, that's why I put the plastic sheet or the tarp on top. So no dirt can come in, less water evaporates, and also no mosquitoes. Then I take the water always from the front of the property and carry it with buckets into here. In the kitchen the water bucket is empty, I refill it here. Here I wash also like my feet and hands, like after working, or shower myself a little bit. The clothes and dirty laundry we can wash here. And also here we always, if I wash my hands or my feet, I always wash it above here, so the water is not lost, and then I can reuse it for watering the plants. When we saw yesterday the rain prediction, we immediately took this old bathtub which we had here standing outside and put it under the pipe to collect rainwater. Here all the water from the roof gets collected, comes down in the back, flows around here, and then comes through the pipe and into the bathtub. This all here is part of the constructions we have been doing. We had to waterproof this building because there was leakage from the back wall. I will show it in another video. So now we have this pipe here coming out, and I didn't cut it yet, luckily. Later on it will be cut and nicely integrated, but for now it's perfect to harvest rainwater. And as you can see, the water is not clean, so if I want later to do water harvesting for real water supply for our overhead tank, I need to filter it, but for watering the plants it's perfect, and this will also last for some time. So, and same here, this is the carport in the entrance of our property. And yeah, this will be later on the main connection point for our main tank, where I want to build here a whole filtration system, and then it continues and goes then here. It's an old big tank which has a crack right now, so it's not usable. We have to repair it and have to see. It's a bit of a costly thing also, but it's necessary to now see how we raise the funds. But for now, what I did, take the water from here, run it down into the barrel, and this barrel we use for making here cement and all this stuff. This is mainly for construction, this barrel. Drinking water right now, that's a little bit of an, where we don't have a real solution yet. We buy it. Yeah, we buy these 20-liter bottles. Normally we have an osmosis filter, but now because there's no water in our overhead tank, the osmosis filter has no water, and the other issue with the osmosis filter is that it has a lot of wastewater. It's not really wastewater for us because we reuse it always. We collect it all in buckets and then use it for watering plants. Here in the kitchen we also use now a tub like at the big tank outside. Here we wash our dishes and try to use as little soap as possible, so we can reuse the water from washing the dishes for watering the plants. Here we have the bucket which I carried in water from outside from the tank in here and then use it. This was the little round tour with all the systems we have in place to manage through these times. If you have any other idea, please let us know. We are thankful for any tip. Just comment or write us a message. In some way, although it sounds weird, it's a nice experience. If it would be always like this and we always would be short in water, surely it would not be a nice experience, but like this, when water is so rare, and then like yesterday the rain was coming, you see the storm, the clouds, the lightning, the thunder, and the first drops were falling, suddenly so thankful, and you realize that you're just part of nature and how important it is that everything is in balance. And this was a nice experience to appreciate water, because if you just switch on this tap and water comes out, you often forget how rare and how special water is and how much you need it. So therefore I'm thankful, but this still means we will set up our whole rainwater harvesting system, filtration system, our pond system to get independent of water, outside water, and totally rely on ourselves, on this property, and make it an own island. And I will record everything, let you be part of it. It will be a really interesting project, but till then also many other interesting projects will come up. I will show you what we have done in the past month and also what we will do in the coming month. So thank you for watching, and hopefully see you soon again.